In the juvenile court system, when a case goes to trial, we don't call it a trial. We call it an adjudication. So basically an adjudication is to juvenile court what a trial, what a jury trial is to adult court. It's an evidentiary hearing where a judge determines whether a minor has committed a particular crime. Now, the biggest difference between an adjudication in juvenile court and a trial in adult court is that in juvenile court, there's no jury. So you've all seen trials on TV where they bring in these 12 jurors and the prosecutor argues to them. And basically, they go and deliberate at the end of the case. All 12 of them have to agree unanimously that the person is guilty of the crime. It's not like that in juvenile court. There's one judge, or sometimes we call him a commissioner or a referee. But basically, there's one person, one judge who presides over the case, and that judge makes the determination whether the crime has been proven. Now, in some ways, this makes it easier for the prosecutor because instead of having to convince 12 people unanimously that the crime was committed, the prosecutor only has to convince one person, the judge. So there's a higher conviction rate, if you will. It's somewhat easier for the prosecutor. Beyond that, there are a lot of similarities between adjudications and trials. At an adjudication in juvenile court, the prosecutor presents the case for the state. The defense lawyer represents the minor and tries to prevent the crime from being proven. The rules of evidence apply. The child is presumed innocent and can only be convicted if the evidence establishes his or her guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. Here at Schaus Law Group, as juvenile defense lawyers, we represent minors in adjudications all the time. And our goal, of course, is to win the case, to prevent the child from being convicted, or as we say, to prevent the petition from being sustained. And in fact, we've had a great deal of success in juvenile court adjudications in winning these cases.